I found my love in another life, but this guilt I have of you, it won't let me be. After all, you still haunt my mind, but I paid for all my sins. Won't you let me go? I don't wanna see her in my dreams again. What's it gonna take? Please just let me be. I don't wanna see her in my sleep again. All right. All right. So, right with me, I believe episode 2, and there will only be one part, this part. So let's get it. So last off, we had this chorus, right? This was what I had. This was all I had. The initial chorus I had in the previous video. This is how I ended things. So yeah, if you want to see how we got here, you gotta watch the previous one. This song took me 2 hours and 45 minutes. So this one was one of the most dreadful sessions I've ever had in a while. Like, not just it taking me 2 hours and 45 minutes, but I was constantly stuck. I had gone 10, 15 minutes without laying down a single lyric, especially verse 1. Like, this session was awful. And the content of the song is quite awful. I mean, it's not that bad, but yeah, it was a dreadful session, this one. Very dreadful. You get those. They're not always fun. It's not always fun writing. Sometimes you get those sessions and you're just like, oh, man. Do I have to finish this song now? It's quite awful to engage in. But yeah, quite awful, but you don't want to break that habit. You never want to break that habit. Write to finish. You write to finish every single time. Every song, you write to finish. Because at the end of the day, bringing back that not every songwriting tip is not 100% applicable and 100% applicable at the same time. Or either times. Never. But if the song isn't finished, then it stands no chance. There is nothing to talk about, So the song only stands a chance when it's done. And you ever watch those videos or hear those artists talk about, oh, I wrote a song in 15 minutes, yeah, I just put it together, blah, blah. Nah, like 15 minutes? Really? Like, you didn't even just write it down in 15 minutes. No. You had the idea, and then you wrote it down. After you wrote it down, you went to the studio, or you were in the studio already, and then you recorded that, and then you cleaned it up, and then you produced it all in 15 minutes. Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah, don't listen to those guys. They didn't take 15 minutes. Maybe it felt like 15 minutes. But yeah, that 2 hours and 45 minutes felt like, okay, it did feel like 2 hours and 45 minutes. I don't want to say it felt like an hour. Like, it was that dreadful. Like, I could feel the time rolling. I was surprised it's not 3 hours. But a song should take as long as it needs. Like, whether it's 2 hours, 20 minutes, can you? Not sure. Some people think they can, but yeah, I wrote a song in 15 minutes. Yeah, that's how I didn't even know what I was doing. I just sang blah, blah, blah. I just put it down and then it blew up. 1 million, 20 million views. I didn't know what I was doing. We just went to the studio, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. That's why there's 5 or 6 songwriters in your song at the bottom when we scroll down, because you did it in 15 minutes. Yeah, yeah, of course you did. But anyways, let's get it. A song should take as long as it needs. 20 minutes, 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 20 years. 20 years. Maybe not that long, but no, still, even if it takes you 20 years, you're gonna finish it. It's gonna get done, even after 20 years. So yeah, right to finish every time. Let's go. So let's just revise the chorus, what we said in the chorus, which is what I start the song with. So this is the finished song. Sometimes I'll have it on the PC, sometimes I'll just have it here because that's how I write it. And then I'd have to have it on my phone as well. But this is how we started. With that initial chorus, with this initial chorus. Right. So I found a love in another life, but this guilt I have of you, it won't let me be. After all, you still haunt my mind, but I paid for all my sins. Won't you let me go? I don't want to see her, which is you. I don't want to see you, but her. I don't want to see her in my dreams again. What's it gonna take? What is it gonna take? Like, seriously, gosh. Anyways, please let me be. I don't want to see her in my sleep again. Yeah, I must admit that I was stuck and I didn't know how to approach the verse. Then I just started like talking to myself, like it was the wrong time. Yeah, like thinking back to the situation, it was the wrong time, it was the wrong place. I was different back then, obviously thinking about the situation. So there was the lines. First verse, after I don't know how long, 15, 20 minutes. Let me just say, let me just put this for integrity's sake. This is like, oh no, this pen, after about, let's say 15 minutes. Yeah, about 20 minutes. Lag time. And then I came up with that. So yeah, it was the wrong time. The wrong time, the wrong place. I was so different. Girl, I was so different back then. Just those 4 lines took me I think 10 minutes. Nothing special about these lyrics. Nothing magical. I think we've realized that by now. Our lyrics are not magical. Lyrics are not fantastic or out of this world, that we have to be smoking or blowing a blunt just to come up with them. They're just normal, just normal. It was the wrong time, the wrong place. I was so different. I was so different. Girl, I was so different back then. Yeah. And then another 15-minute lag later, sitting there. I don't know what to do with myself. Where is these next lyrics? I don't know. But I guess let's investigate. After these initial lines, these initial statements, it was the wrong time, the wrong place. I was so different. Girl, I was so different back then. Now I have to explain what I mean. Now I have to explain what I mean. Right. I have to explain what I mean. And yeah, that gave me a platform to say I was just going through the motions, not thinking about nobody's feelings. I wasn't thinking about anyone's feelings, so not thinking about nobody's feelings. I wasn't even feeling no emotions. Yeah, definitely not. I didn't even want to show the real me. Right. So now we've you see statements, and then the next lines, explanation. So explaining these. So once we've come up with a bunch of statements, now we have to explain them and justify what do we mean, or clarify rather what we mean by that. 30 minutes. 30 minutes over here that I spent. And the next 4 lines, still part of the first verse, right? Still part of the first verse, right? So but you wanted a piece, but I just took pieces of you. You wanted love from me, but I only took love from you. I mean, like, damn. Besides the song, like, obviously, you can decide if you're writing from non-fictional or fictional. You can decide if you're making up a scenario, if you're not making up a scenario, if you're writing from reality, if you're not writing from reality, if you're writing from alter ego, if you're not writing from an alter ego. But when you're not and you're writing from reality and you look at your lines, you're like, yeah, it follows you. It follows you. Your bad deeds in a relationship will always follow you into the other. Always. And the way I came up with these lines is what I'm experiencing right now, except from the victim's perspective. But in the previous line, in the previous era, I was the perpetrator. So we can use this personal context to inform the lyrics. So, yeah, I said for a good minute, like, what am I experiencing right now? And what did I do back then? Ah, I see. I see. She wanted love, and I just took it. I never really gave back. And then that informs the lines. Oh, yeah, this was dreadful to write. After I've said all of that, now I have to ask myself a question. Okay, how? But like, how did I do all of this? How did the narrator, aka me, but how did the narrator do all of this? So I asked myself how. Like, but I'm also thinking about how to anchor or circle back to the chorus. So like I have that in my mind, and the chorus, of course, if we've discussed, is I found love in another life, blah 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 blah. You see that's that first part. So we always want to think about how to anchor and circle back to the chorus, because we want the chorus to land. We want the chorus to not just come out of nowhere as a random part of the song that just repeats itself randomly. We want it to land. We want every line, every section to build up to the chorus, so that the chorus can be as effective as possible, because that's going to carry the whole song. What I couldn't find in me, I just took it from your soul. But since I have never been free, it is you who really took my soul. So this is the official pre-chorus. Ah, what the hell? Yeah, I have it. Yeah, I have it over here. This is the pre-chorus. After the first verse, this is the pre-chorus. Right. So, yeah. So this is how I'm building up to the chorus, right? Because in the second line of the chorus, I have guilt. I don't want to write here. This is what I'm using. I have guilt. Right over here. Yeah, over here. I have guilt. Right. So what am I feeling guilty of? So that's what I'm going to put in the pre-chorus. I need to justify the chorus with the pre-chorus. So what justifies the guilt? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong. What justifies the guilt? What I couldn't find in me, I just took it from your soul. So this would make you feel guilty. Of course, this if you're an audience member, or if you're in the audience, you're listening to this line, you're thinking, well, shouldn't he or they feel guilty about that? Because that's a crime, isn't it? So that builds. So I use that to build into the chorus so that I can justify the chorus. But since I have never been free, it is you who really took my soul. So now, oh my gosh, much better. So now I'm using this as a justification for why the person still haunts my mind, why they haunt my dreams, why I see them in my sleep, because they took my soul. Right. So the pre-chorus always justifies, well, not always, because not every rule is 100% applicable or 100% not applicable, but almost always justifies the chorus. It gives it that it allows the chorus to land because of the things that we've said in the pre-chorus. Now you can think about, okay, what am I saying in the pre-chorus that is supposed to land in the chorus, in the main chorus? Because if it just builds up with nothing, if it's just two random parts of the section, two random sections that is part of the song that just repeats itself, then the song just becomes annoying. It just becomes irritating. Like, it's repetitive, yeah, but it's just annoying. But how do you continue to make to reel the listeners in? Is you have to pull at their hearts. You have to pull the heart. You have to pull at the string of the heart, not just the ear, but the string of the heart, so that when they hear and they connect the dots in their minds, then they're pulled in. And it's not just an annoying two pieces of sections that sound good and you sing very well and it's edited nicely and it's sounding so smooth, but it gets annoying very quickly. The only way it doesn't get annoying is if their hearts have an attachment to the words. And when their hearts have an attachment to the words and you pull them in each and every time, you can listen to a song 10 times, 20 times, 40 times, 100 times. As long as it pulls your heart every time, it pulls the string of your heart every time, you won't get sick of it. It won't get annoying. It just has to pull at your heart. And the only way we can pull at the heart of our audience is if we make sense, and we make sense to them, and they can piece the dot, and they can take that context and place it into their lives. And when they take that context and place it into their lives, and they think about this and they think about that and they think about times where they relate, then the song doesn't get old. it doesn't get annoying. But if it's just repetitive, just for nothing, then people get sick of it very, very quickly. Like it can be an amazing repetitive line or section, but as long as it doesn't pull the string and relate to their daily lives or relate to an event in their lives, people will get sick of it. But as long as it pulls the string and continues to pull the string, hooked, hooked. And you see this in songs that you never get sick of. And you ask, people don't ask themselves why, but when you ask yourself why do I like this song so much? Why can't I get sick of this song? Your ears already heard the song. You already know the song. You already know how it goes. You've listened to it 100 times and you're still not sick of it because it's pulling the strings of your heart. And the way it's pulling the strings of your heart is because the things mentioned in the song, it makes sense, and it makes sense to you, and you relate to it, and it relates to your heart, it relates to your soul. So when you relate your lyrics to your audience's heart and their souls, that's when you hook them. But if it's just it sounds nice, it sounds nice, 2-3 listens is already annoying. We're already sick of it. And getting cold. But the only way to find that hook is to write honest, brutally honest lyrics. Because if you're brutally honest with your lyrics, if you're brutally honest with the things that you write, then high chances are somebody's relating to you. High chances are that you're relatable when you're brutally honest, and it's a truth that people also, like, they know deep down. But that's not we didn't go down in that depth here, so we'll just save that for another day. From here is back to the chorus, like, oh, but now is the chorus is also that chorus is also like a pre-chorus now. Actually, it's a chorus with an extended chorus because I added this chorus. It's very catchy. Yeah, not gonna sing it. Can't give everything away, but yeah, that's that. And then we go to verse 2, and in the previous song, I did the exact same thing. You're writing a song, and then somewhere down the line it starts sounding like a totally different song in itself. So we counter that with, well, I didn't come up with it, but you counter that with making the second verse sound, well, the same as the previous, the first verse, the same. Yeah. First verse, it was the wrong time. Second verse, your shadow's growing over time. First verse, the wrong time, the wrong place. Second verse, and I thought I got away. Oh gosh, there we go. So the first sections of the song took me a long time, but after that it was smooth sailing. Verse 2 was smooth sailing, and the bridge was smooth sailing. Let's get into that. Your shadow is growing over time, and I thought that I got away. Cause, well, I canceled that, but I'll see. So your shadow is growing over time, and I thought, I just bracketed, that I got away, because now it's been a really long time. God, it's been a really long time since then. Nothing special. Your ghost is creeping up to me. It's word association. As soon as I said long time, my mind said ghost, because what goes on after a long time? Ghosts. Well, yeah, it's word association. Eating slow at the conscious in me. Did you really have to give yourself to me? Is it your body pulling at my strings? It don't explain the way that I can feel your pain. Right. So asking myself, like, was it the sex? Is that what I miss? But is it is it her body that's pulling the strings? So it's, again, nothing complicated, nothing magical about the lyrics. Straightforward. It doesn't explain the way I can feel your pain. Yeah. Because the because there is guilt, and there being guilt, it's not like a lust for her body. It's more the guilt of the way things were left off. Therefore, I say it doesn't explain the way I can feel your pain. So I I believe I believe it's the guilt of how things were left off, and it's not the lust of her body. I believe so. The bridge. Well, first of all, pre-chorus, yeah, that one, and then the chorus, this one, and then the extended chorus, this one. Yeah, input there. So now in the bridge, I have an opportunity to address the subject matter directly. Why? Because I said her in the choruses, right? Now, I'm gonna break that fourth wall, which I've also broken in the verses, because in the verse I say you. But I need to address it here. So most bridges, they have a mindset to it. And the way I like to think about it is, it's the small elephant in the room. It's the small elephant in the room. You know, when you're having a conversation and there's a big elephant in the room. No, that's what you're supposed to talk about in the verses. Verse 1, 2, if there's a 3, 3. But the small elephant in the room is that extra. It's that small elephant, that point of discussion, the around the corner. By the way, yeah, the verse is the bridge in most songs. The bridge is, by the way, XYZ. By the way, by the way, actually, you know what? Yeah, that's the bridge. That's the mindset of the bridge. In some cases. Or more. Yeah, some cases. It's a nice way to think about it, like the small elephant in the room. Like, by the way, actually, so here, by the way, what do I need to do? By the way, you know what? I should see her. I should see her one more time. I should. Yeah. No. I don't make up scenarios when I songwrite. I should definitely see her. And yeah. That's the by the way. I should definitely see this person. I must go and find this person for my own sanity, for my own sleep at night. Because I do not, in fact, want to see her when I sleep. It's not just a song. It's actually real. So that's also a good songwriting tip. Like some of it's not magic. It's I don't want to see her in my sleep again. I'm not even singing it. I genuinely don't want to see her in my dreams again. I don't. It's not a song. It's a real thing. You know, fuck the song. Leave the song out. Like, let's pretend we didn't write the song at all. I don't want to see her in my dreams. I don't. I want to sleep peacefully. I do sleep peacefully, but that one time I still don't like it. Like, let's pretend we didn't even write the song. Genuinely speaking, I should see this person because I don't want to see her in my sleep again. I don't. I don't. So that's why we write it. So the bridge is very short, but it sums it up. It sums up everything. It sums up everything. So let me see you one more time. And I say you. I say, let me see you one more time. Let me close this thing off one more time. See, I'm not even songwriting. I'm just saying it. It's not lyrics. It's just me talking, but it's a lyric. It's the two lyrics that I have. The two lines. Let me see you again one more time. Let me close this thing off one more time. Why? Because I don't want to see you in my dreams again. I don't want to see you in my sleep again. I mean, I'm not sure. I came into the song thinking I was going to write about guilt. But guilt was just the catalyst. Catalyst of what I really wanted was I just want to close things off and close it off like I don't want anyone haunting me in my sleep. So yeah, for stylistic purposes, because I always say I don't want to see her. Now I don't want to see her. I wanted to keep that, and I just changed the U to a ya, W-A. Say I don't want to see ya in my dreams again. I don't want to see ya in my sleep again. So here it is. Here it is. Let me see you again one more time. Let me close this thing off one more time. Just like I said it. We're not writing lyrics here. We're just saying, we're just talking. You know, I'm just saying it. Like, I don't want to see you in my dreams again. I don't want to see you in my dreams again. And then from there is the end here. But in the in the song in the song, skip the main chorus and I put the extended chorus and then close it off, and then that's the song done. So with that being said, the song is done. If you've been following, the song before this one was Hold Me Please, and then this one is See Her, and we can't move on. Like, where do I go from here? I can't actually move on in the project without actually going to see this person, because we don't write I don't write fantasies, right? So we actually have to go. I actually have to get my ass to go and see this person and do what I said I was going to do in the song, right? And then after that, we can actually see what's going on. Where do we go from there? But for that arc, we can't do much more. Like we can't, until that is done, there is no going forward. So what's going to happen now is we're gonna go into another arc, and we can't, this one we're just gonna leave it there for now, because not because we don't have ideas, no, we're waiting for life to happen, because we don't write songs in a vacuum. Life happens and then you write from that, unless you're just making things up. Yeah, so yeah, peace.